Hey guys, Luck here. Welcome back to another Watch Our Realms video. Today we're gonna be talking about the limited summon banners that is still up today. We still have one more day to go, and you can see we've pretty much wiped out all the resources that we had. I think we started with about 200 over rare summons, 70 over 1000 gems, and that has gotten us a net of one Enora on the banner. And the last unit that we got was actually Ares. This is an A6 Ares, so it's absolutely useless. And I think we got a Vienna shortly before that. And then before all that, I believe if I just pull up my screenshot here, we actually got this couple of legendaries. Haas, Torador, Shamir, Arrogance, Hex, Seraphina, and then Enora, bearing in mind that Enora is actually the guaranteed at 200 summons. So yeah, that's exactly what we want to talk about today. The banners have been atrocious. I think it's been the case for me for the last, the Moradin banner, as well as the first Wukong banner that came up. For the last Enora banner, I actually got pretty good rates. I think we got about 3 Enora copies and I think 6 or 700 summons. But that's exactly the point that we're driving at. Why are the rates looking so, skewed? We have people that are summoning on this banner. They went for Kigiri. They spent 200 over 1000 gems, and they only got that one guaranteed copy, which wound up with them having over like 30 non-banner legendaries, which is just crazy. So yeah, it's definitely not looking right. Like something is looking pretty off, and I'm not sure exactly why. And one thing to bear in mind as well is that these limited summons are very crucial for the fact that these units typically have very insane awakenings and they don't come back for quite a long while. If we just take a look at the Kigiri Wukong duo, these two units are the best single target damage that we have in the entire game so far. And Kigiri needs A3 at the bare minimum to actually compete in any of those said content. And A5 just guarantees the extra damage that he gets from A3. So you pretty much need him at A5. And then we also have Wukong. Very good awakening at A3. And then A5 is the big power spike for him, which basically doubles his ultimate damage, increase the proc chance on his passive, and then the stack cap, which increases damage to bosses by 20%. So you guys get where I'm going. Limited units tend to have very strong awakenings, but there's just zero ways for us to actually guarantee how we actually get to them. So Enora as well, A3 is the big one, and then we have A5, very good awakening as well. And then beyond that, I don't think there's any other unit that's really worth mentioning other than those few. But you guys get the point. If we take a look at Vulture as well, A3 is huge for her too. So there's just really no way for us to be guaranteed these units. And it's a shame that the banner raid up that they implemented is only being carried out across the normal banners. Normal banners being this special invocation of spirits, where we have Drelin and Talon in the mix. This one guarantees you one banner unit. And if you compare it, it kind of makes sense behind why they implemented it, because they thought, limited units already have a guarantee, so there's no need for them to implement that because it sort of just stacks against each other, right? But given the fact that a lot of these units, like Drelin, Talon, are usable at A0, it makes sense for them to keep it that way. But with limited banners, with those units requiring multiple awakenings to actually be good, and how important they are in the game right now. I mean, if you take a look at Abyss, you're gonna see that most people have A5 Kigiri and Wukong at the bare minimum to even do 60k. There's no flexibility there. Thank goodness that the poison team doesn't really need that. If you have A0 poison team across, you are going to break the second magic shield and get you across the line to 60k. But you guys get the point. You really need these units at A5. You can't function without them at A5 at all. And we had confirmation from one of the Moonton staff that said that, you know what, they've checked with the developers again. These rate ups that we see here are accurate. They are seeing a 22% hit chance on the banner unit. So how do we come to this number? We have 71 units in the pool in total at the moment. And then for the rate up on the limited, it's a 20x rate up. So if you divide 20 by 91, you're going to get the banner rate up percentage of 22%. And then non-banner is going to be 78%. And then we actually put these numbers into testing. Take, for example, my Anora summons. That was 1 banner unit and then 11 non-banner, which gives us 8.3% banner rate up. And bear in mind, this was the guarantee. So it's actually not even supposed to be counted in here. If we just remove that, then yeah, it's going to bring you to 100% non-banner rate up, which just doesn't make sense. And then we have another guy with 30 legendaries. That's like a 3.2% rate up, which is vastly different from what we see in theory. But we also have people that have gotten like 5 Kigiris and maybe like 500, 1000 summons. Maybe that gives them like 10 legendaries or maybe another 5. Then that's a 50% rate up, 50% split for them, which is drastically different. And given how important these units are, I don't think that should be the case. I think that there should be some pity being put behind these banners, because there are people who go saving for months, like myself. You have 70k gems, 200 over summons, and all we came out from this banner was just this. 1 banner unit, and that banner unit being the guaranteed one, and nothing else afterwards. And it doesn't even have to be a crazy rate up. If let's say we want to really follow the 22% rate up here, all you have to do is basically make sure that for every 4 non-banner unit, your 5th one is going to be guaranteed. And that way it puts us very close to what we see in the summoning results that they have disclosed in terms of the rates. And to get there, you don't even need a crazy PD rate up. If let's say it's a 5x rate up, you're pretty much going to get the 5th legendary to be a banner unit no matter what. This is not as crazy as what we have in the default banners, which is a 10x. But if you see from a 10x, you're going to be guaranteed a banner unit at a 3rd legendary pretty much, because at 96.6%, that's a pretty high chance already. And if let's say we reduce that to 5x, it's still fairly reasonable, but even then, it's still going to take considerable amounts of saving to actually get there. You need to pretty much have like 1,000 summons, 1,200 summons saved up to hit PD 5 times, which most people do, to actually get that second copy of a Kigiri that you need. But even then, that's not the most amazing system that you could think of. And I think pairing with the fact that we didn't get any soul stones this anniversary, I think the overall event has just not felt up to standard in that sense. We did have that Easter event that gave way more than what we have here. We got 28 Ancients right from logging in, 2 Mythic Essence, and then we had 28 Ancients from the logins as well. And we also had a whole bunch of rares coming up from that. So it just doesn't seem to sit well with people that, you know, we are getting way lesser than what we got during Easter. And pairing with the fact that this limited banners have been absolute garbage is just not feeling good. And there's also multiple content creators that are seeing the same results, where, you know, they are going saving for a few months with 70 over 80 over 1,000 gems, and then they just go to this banner and they have like maybe like 20 off banner units and just the 1 from the guaranteed, which puts them at about 4.8%. So definitely something should be changed here. It shouldn't sit like this. I will even go as far to say that, you know, they should take a look at these rates again and see how to better distribute it and even provide compensation for people who have actually gone through this banner with like 30 non-banner units. That just doesn't make sense at all. I mean, you can say that you're going to implement those changes, but you know, what's going to happen to the summons that have already been spent? And they've done this before with the summoning fiasco, where they realized that divines were giving fixed rates for accounts. So definitely something can be done. It's just a matter of whether they want to actually do it. And hopefully they do answer to these questions and implement this simple rate up, where even at just a 5x rate up, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed a banner unit, which is the limited hero on this banner. And given how the game is not changing in the direction of making more legendaries actually useful, instead of depending on solely just Kigiri and Wukong, for example, in Abyss, they definitely need to change up the way that they do raid ups here for limited banners so that people can actually progress. Because right now I'm just going to be hard stuck at the 35k chest because I didn't get more than one banner unit from this summons. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. We'll also write up a rate up suggestion in the in-game suggestion page. And if let's say you have Discord, you can just pop on and give a thumbs up, because that's typically how they actually get brought to their attention that, you know, something is wrong with these rate ups and we want some changes to be made. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.